from Los Angeles. This is Montserrat Radio.
I get around despite the loss. I'm over here, gotta get across. Whether you like it or not, there is a moment meant for us. And now you made it, but I already played this. Not interested, open your eyes, let's get it done. Take my hand, just follow me. Shadow with me, you're one.
You're listening to Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your host, Benny Wilson.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Fake News Show, second comeback show. And yes, I did not broadcast my show yesterday. So the people who are not in my Facebook page, they probably ask themselves, why did this guy did not broadcast yesterday? I'm going to let you know why, but before I go on with the information, today is August the 8th, 2017, and right now it is 1:06 p.m. Pacific time. And yes, I'm broadcasting from Los Angeles. So the reason why I did not broadcast yesterday was because the elite called me. And they called me, and after I discussed some of the topics and some of the things that I should and should not be saying, they decided that the more convenient way for me is not to go off on the air. Now, let me just tell you something. If you actually follow my shows, you know that I always complain about these people shutting me up. You know that. Well, I learn now the hard way, okay? And the hard way is because I learned just to listen and shut up. There's a reason why they're doing it. There's a reason why I am the pain in their butt. There's a reason why they're not bothering anybody else but me. There's one reason. I'm not going to mention what it is. But it's obviously that I have said things that they don't like it. Okay? So I don't want to be nobody's butt, especially these people, because these people are really, you don't want to mess around with them. Let me just put it that way. Okay? So I decided not to go on the air. I had the news, so I need to do a recap of yesterday and then do a follow-up on the news of today. And I'm going to show you why things are running this way. Okay? Because there was a reason why they told me not to broadcast yesterday. Okay? So I will tell you what is going on. But before what's going on, I got to explain to you, because it is quite simple. It's quite logic that many of you do not understand how the news and the intel flows in the Netherlands. Let me just fix this up. Okay. All right. So let me explain to you. Let me explain to you my humble opinion. I'm an analyst. I'm also a computer engineer. So I analyze all the stuff. Although I'm pretty much new when it comes to news. But I understand by analyzing the situation, how does it flow in the Netherlands, in the people over the internet. So once I explain it to you, you probably will stop harassing me because you're not happy of my news. Just let me tell you something. I'm doing this for my goodness of my heart. Okay? I'm not doing this for your approval. And I'm just talking to the people who insult me and they criticizing me in various places. Okay? So I'm not doing this for your pleasure, moron. I'm doing this because I'm considering this a service to the community, especially for those people who've been brainwashed with all these fairy tales that they, going around the internet. I have mentioned that before. Okay? So I'm doing this because I really believe that people need to be educated. Because the more you inform, you will know what to expect when the revaluation comes out. And it's not going to be pretty. I've been saying this for the last 3 years. And what do I know is not going to be pretty? Because what I'm about to tell you is just one little part of the whole process. Because you need to understand this. And maybe when I'm done explaining it to you, you will stop harassing me. And you will stop asking the same stupid questions. Okay? All right. How does it work, the media? And I'm talking about the mainstream media. Since the mainstream media, it is based and prepared to send the communication from journalists, revise the certification, analyze the information, change, edit, all types of stuff, so people can actually get the right information. Which, by the way, that's their point of view. I'm just telling you how the mainstream media works. Okay? And then they have all the resources. They have people who can translate. They have people even in Iraq where they can actually provide them what they want you to know, not what you need to know. Okay? So that's how it works. That's how the mainstream media works. They have all the resources. Now let's talk about the Netherlands. Us. We're following a process that not all the people in the world are following. So therefore, we don't have the resources that they have. We just go by what they want us to give us. Okay? So, when they give us the information, people in the land, but not getting even paid, because as long as I know that they're not getting paid, they're doing it from the goodness of their heart to help people. And this is what you need to respect. You need to respect that fact, because nobody's getting paid unless me and my other gurus that I respect, they're not getting paid a penny. I never sold anything in my shows. Never. If I probably just, I put a link under my video on YouTube for you to invest, I'm not even mentioning that in my shows. Notice that until now. Because I do investments. And I help people directly how to train them, how to do investment in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, etc., etc. Because I got my own business. But I never sell anything in my videos. Why? Because people are tired to be manipulated by these gurus with seminars, with products, etc., etc. And it is a shame that these people do that. Now, I understand the point of view because these people are oriental like that. They say, I'm not going to waste my time. My time is money. Well, guess what? My time is money too. But you don't see me doing it, do you? Okay. So, let me explain to you how that process of giving you the news works. Iraq sends the information or the news through the news outlet in Arabic, in their language. Okay? So, somebody picked up that information and tried to translate that into English. I'm not even mentioning in Spanish, because they do the same thing. And this is the reason why many of the news that you're reading comes with terrible, terrible translation. And we need to figure out and analyze it, what exactly they're trying to tell us. That is why my show is called 1200. And why is it called 1200 is because every guru has come out with their own analysis. And just let me make it very clear. I have said it openly that every guru, and I mean even the gurus that I don't like, every guru is just trying to put the pieces together. Because we don't have the resources as the mainstream media have. We don't. Okay? So, I'm not criticizing that you are wrong if you're listening to me. I'm not even accusing you. I'm not even attacking anybody. I'm not. But I want to make sure that, and I respect, just let me tell you something. I respect everybody's opinion. Even though they sound crazy. Even though if you come out with that, that family, stupid Chinese family. I don't want to even mention it. Even though you come out with all that crap. I'm all ears. Okay? I'm all ears. But the thing is this. You need to understand, you need to take your time to research. And since 90% of the people don't take their time to research, they either criticize us, they attack us, and they end up confused and basically they fall in chaos. I seen a lot of people venting their problems on me, and I have nothing to do. I'm only the messenger. I don't even have no power on the RB. None. And none of the gurus up there, they have any power. Even this idiot that said that he has even connection with the White House. And you know who am I talking about, because he's an idiot. Okay? So nobody has any control of the RB. So what is 1200? Well, 1200 comes from a latest news from a bank that they were selling the official rate, and they're selling the dollar to the citizens. Now, one of my dearest, and I respect him a lot, one of my dearest friends who also has his website, his name is John Nagel. He said in the beginning, I may be completely wrong, and he gave his opinion. I respect that opinion a lot. But before I continue talking, I want to make sure that everybody understands. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm trying to lead you to the right direction. That news that John Nagel and many gurus are basing their intel, it is completely wrong. And I'm saying it with all the respect. I'm not attacking anybody. It is completely wrong. Okay? Again, since they're giving their own opinion and everybody's trying to get to the right place and analyze in the right direction, I will take the chance for my audience, for you, to listen to my own opinion based on my contacts, based on the people who are working directly into this process. I mentioned that yesterday I wasn't supposed to go online. I was not even allowed to do my Facebook Live because Facebook blocked me. Now, why did they say that I've been blocked? They said that because I used somebody else's property, meaning a song. Well, guess what? This has not been the first time. I've done it a lot of times. But I never got blocked. And I've been saying it very openly. Facebook doesn't want you to understand this. Facebook doesn't want you to know this. And many people don't believe this. I'm not the only one who's been complaining about the system, the establishment, the power behind the power, which, by the way, they're no longer in control, but they're still bugging people, okay? Just like me. There's a guy named Mark Dice. He's a conservative, and also he has written books about conspiracy, about the Illuminati, and he is a very known personality in YouTube. He has over 100 million people watching him, and I'm not joking about it. He has more audience than CNN and all the mainstream media together. They don't like him. They have continuously blocked him in Facebook, in Twitter, in YouTube. He has continuously complaining about it. So what's happening to me, it is nothing new. They've been doing this, and I would not even be surprised if Spreaker, which is the server of my radio show, would block me up. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Thanks God, I said, probably the only reason why Spreaker has not taken me out of the air is because Spreaker is from, I believe is from Israel. So they're not blocking me. Alright? So, let me tell you what is 1200. And I'm going to base my information on news that are up there. So I did my research. Okay? Alright, so let me just tell you what it is about. Let me just open it up, my browser. Let me go for the first news. The first news that I found is back on November 27, 2016. Alright? And it says, Rafidain Bank announced continuing sale of the dollar for the citizens. I'm going to repeat that again. Rafidain Bank announced continuing to sell the dollar to to the citizens in Iraq, okay? What Rafidain Bank is it's Iraqi bank. And if you read underneath, which was based on November 2016, it says like this. It says that the bank announced that it continues to sell the dollar to his citizens in a number of his branches in Baghdad and provinces. And then if you continue reading back, it says a copy of the bank fires citizens to sell the dollar by 3 milliseconds per person, compared to 1,200 dinars per dollar cover. Okay. Notice that they are selling the dollar at 1,200. This is nothing new. Do I blame John Nigo? No, I don't blame him, because everybody, it is like I've been saying it, and I've been saying it all the time. The only reason why I mention the news is because people demand that from me. I don't follow the news. I don't follow gurus. I saying it all the time. The reason why we keep being falling for the same bullcrap because they know we forget. They know it. Okay? So every time I have a news, I need to do a lot of research. And people demand me to do a broadcasting early all the time. And that's another point I want to bring out, and I want you to understand this. I'm in Pacific time. Iraq local time right now, it is 11:24 p.m. So it's about 10 hours ahead of me. Okay? So when people wake up in the morning, in the Easter time, and they come out and sending me messages at, 4 or 5 in the morning, I'm still sleeping. And they complain because they want their intel right away. They send me messages, private messages. I keep continue telling people, do not send me private messages. And since they're not listening and they continue doing it, I'm blocking people up. Why? I basically deserve a lot of privacy too. I'm busy doing stuff. Okay? So, when these people come out with news, of course, they process it and they analyze it, and then if it is so important, they throw it to the internet so people can actually get it. All right? In other words, I'm going to tell you something. I want to continue with this news, okay? But before, I want to tell you something. When the RB happens, it's going to catch everybody in surprise, especially the people here in the United States. And the reason is because we don't have the resources. We are way behind when they actually deploy the RB, or we even notice it, I even change the rate. Because according to what I heard from my contacts, the rate will not be posted on their sites, in any sites. And they were already being upgraded to our and raise the value. And when we find out about it, it's going to be like, catch us in surprise, and nobody will know what to do. I've been saying it all the time. Don't fall for chaos. Don't fall for panic. And the best way not to fall for chaos and panic is by being informed. So understand that things are going to change quickly, and things are going to change in such a way that don't feel like, that you don't feel like you're going to be behind. You probably be informed the same time that everybody does. Okay? All right, so let's continue with my news. So I told you that the same news that a lot of gurus are talking about, that's our own news. So the first news is on November 27, 2016. The other news is July 27, 2017. Okay, and what is it said? It said the central bank determines the amount of dollars sold for pilgrims. Hello? The central bank determines the amount of dollars sold for pilgrims. And guess what he says? He said the central bank, on Thursday, the amount of selling dollar, and I gotta tell you something. Like I said before, this is a bad translations, okay? And he said the Rashid Bank, again, the Rashid Bank, it was back in November and not in July, the Rashid Bank an Iraqi commercial bank were directed to sell the dollar to pilgrims. The bank said in a statement. He added the manifest of pilgrims will be adopted instead of the ticket in the sale of $3,000 per pilgrim. $3,000 is basically the limit of citizens taken out from Iraq. That's it. So let's go to the news that just came back today. Compare those two news to the news that I'm about to tell you. So let me just open it up. And it says right here. This is in the back that is in day to day. It says, the Ephraim Bank announced the sale of the dollar to the pilgrims at the official price. Again, that's the same thing we heard before. Through his branches, specifying in Baghdad and Providence. The bank has directed his branches to sell the dinar to the pilgrims who wants to buy at the official price. What is the official price? $1,200. Now there's a lot of gurus up there that are coming out with outrageous rates. Oh, they're selling it up to $3. They're selling it up to, they already revalued. I even heard a guy said they already revalued. This is not under the new rate. And that shows you, my friends, that you cannot be basing a news like this and come out unless you do some research. Okay? So it says right here on the news, and the same, following the news, okay, this is today's news. He said he pointed out that the bank said the official price is $1,200 and $3,000 for each pilgrim. So they're selling the dollar at $1,200. They've been selling the dollars since a year ago. It doesn't mean that it's going to revalue. It does not mean that the new rate will be $3. And certainly doesn't say that the rate will be $1.20. With all the respect, that's what it is. Because now they're saying they're going to drop the three zeros and it's going to be 120. It's my opinion, based on what I know and based on the information that I get from my contact, that we're still not there. Why then I did not broadcast yesterday? And here's the part that you need to know. I did not broadcast yesterday because they were going to have, and I am allowed to share this, okay? They were going to have massive arrests of a lot of bankers. Today we have announced that the CVI announced in the news, and this has come out in the news, the CVI, the Central Bank of Iran, accused the Kurdistan for stealing $34 trillion. Was that a coincidence? No, it wasn't. What that's gonna happen? What is that is gonna affect our investment? Not really. It's not gonna affect us in investment. But it was very critical for me not to leave because they wanted me to say something, and then they find out, hey, if this guy mentions something, he's gonna get in trouble. We are gonna get in trouble, and I don't want to talk about it. Okay? So we already been told, and I already told the people in my Facebook page. And now I'm telling you that there will be a lot of arrests, political arrests, and bank arrests. Okay? Because they're cleaning the house. They're cleaning the house. So how close are we for the RB? Can you say August the 21st? Yes. What's going to happen on August the 21st? We're going to have an eclipse. I have mentioned Johnny Petrie. So when somebody come out to say, I don't know exactly how do you spell her name. I said Jony. Petrie, Patry. Johnny Petrie. She's a world-class astrologist. And the reason why I admire her is because every time I get my intel, she just basically said everything. Almost everything. Okay, so this month is going to be really chaotic. There will be a lot of confusion. There will be a lot of tremendous changes, political and financial. We are very close. Notice that I have never ever said tomorrow is going to be DRB. There are gurus up there that every single day when you're listening to them, that's what they tell you. Tomorrow is going to come out. I heard some people that by next week we're going to cash. I've been listening to that crap for the last 12 years. And I'm not making this up. That's the truth. So, I'm going to try to be the most nicest person there is up there. The information I just provide is not to be considered an attack. It is not to be considered a mockery to somebody specific. No. Every single guru in the land, what I call the intelligence community, because these are the people who grab the information, analyzes, and then, deploy to the masses, to the people on the internet. They have questioned me a lot. They say, what do you think about Frank 2026? What do you think about Tony? What do you think about the new guy, Ray Rand? What do you think about this person, that? What do you think about this call of all the calls because there are many calls in the denial land? I have said it openly. I have nothing against them. I only have against those who purely give fantasy, stupid information. Anybody who's gonna talk about the dragon family, the elders, etc., even the aliens, are full of shit. I'm sorry. They're full of shit. And that's why they have brainwashing you. They've been doing it for a long time. And I gotta tell you something. Some of these people have collected a lot of money. A lot of money. David Schmidt is one of them. He already become millionaire. He doesn't need DRB. Many people are really convinced that there will be no public exchange. And I'm making this up. This guy is saying it, that there will be no public exchange. He even saying it that they have no buyer for the dinar. And there's a lot of people who believes that bullcrap. You know why? Because the people are not educated. They don't know nothing about financial stuff. They don't know nothing about how the business and exchanges and traders, annuities, bank systems, bank commerce, etc., works. They don't know nothing. And it bothers me to see a lot of people going nuts. I mean, they're going nuts for a lot of stuff because they need it. They are people that need this money right now. They're losing their homes, they're losing their apartments, they're losing almost everything because they've been concentrated into this event. And I keep telling everybody, do not stop your life for this event. This is just an investment. And like every single investment, is either go right or it can even go wrong. Okay? So, if you don't understand that basis, get out from this investment. I have seen people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're going broke. Literally broke. I just met a lady. She only makes $12,000 a year. Okay? She's an old lady. She spent $9,000 already in dinars. And she's worried because now she cannot pay her rent. What am I supposed to do? Feel sorry for her? Listen, I mentioned in my last show that I got millionaires following me. That's the truth. Do you think these people are so nuts that they will invest 40% of their fortune? Make it 30% of their fortune. No, they're not. The most they probably have invested, and I know that for a fact because I asked them, it's about 25%. 25% whatever they have. Why? Because that is a conservative amount. They know they're going to 3 times, 5 times, 1,000 times, they're going to have it back. But people do not have a sense of what is the quality value is. They don't. I even have people coming out with $1 million and say, oh, but I can't leave my job. Why? Because $1 million is nothing. That's how bad it is. People don't understand that you can never, ever, ever earn $1 million through your whole life for many reasons. Taxes, losses, etc., etc. And yet there's people that think that $1 million is not enough. If you are going to waste your money and you're going to be wasting your life by not quitting your bad habit of spending, of course you're going to go broke. And that's the reason why the elite don't bother for you to get rich after DRB. They don't care. If whatever you're going to be listening from people like David Schmidt and all these idiots that I want to even mention their names, that, hey, they can come out and just say, oh, you know the dinars that you have in your hands? We're going to get them out of circulation. And that is why the reason why we're taking a long time, because the new notes are the only ones that we're going to be exchanging. That's a pure lie. It's a pure lie. Why? Because for something like that, to take the circulation of a note in its 3 bases, 3 strong bases. 1, the petition in the IMF. Let the whole international community knows that we're not going to use the currency. For example, Zimbabwe. The Zimbabwe started circulating in 2010. When the petition was done, 2009. Yet, you still see people coming up saying, it will revalue. I said it on my last time. The only currency that is going to revalue is the new currency. Your currency that you're holding right now is still have no chance to revalue. And I told you why I say hold your Zimbabwe. Why? Because I seen a lot of changes that don't make any sense. And because I'm a believer, that's why I said it. But if I said it as a serious investor, as a serial ex-banker, I would not even bother to buy that currency at all. It's 1 in a million chances. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I destroy your $50 investment to become a trillionaire. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's the reason. I need to explain this. I need to explain this in such a manner that you understand my point of view. And this is just my humble point of view. Okay? And many people just take it so personal. Oh my God, you should know this lady in Facebook. She took it like, oh my God, I slapped her face. That's another problem we got. We're living in a culture that get offended is not political correct. So get offended, moron. You're not going to make any difference. We need to be learning. We need, as people, and this is the new people and the old people too, because we've been affected. We need to learn to get offended. We need to learn to get the bad bullcrap and the good bullcrap. So you're offended, continue with your life. But people don't have logic. Why? Because gurus have been killing logic. I've been saying it all this time. So what is 1,200? 1,200 is just the price that they set up to the people of Iraq. Has nothing to do about deleting the 3 zeros. And they will become 120. Now, they have a strong basis of their opinion. And I respect them. Okay? But that doesn't mean that I accept them. I'm not accepting it. Alright? Because that's not how it is. Now I'm going to give you my intel. Because I've been allowed to say these things. And my intel is based on this news and another news that I have not mentioned it. That was yesterday news. Yesterday news was announced by the CVI that they are getting ready to deploy the new ATM machines. Before I even mentioned this news, I had sources telling me that those machines were already active. And I waited for confirmation. I never had the confirmation. They started with 3 machines. They probably were like testing it. And after that, that's it. Now we're having the news, on the news publicly, saying they're going to get ready to deploy the new machines. Whenever they say something like this, they already done it. So you don't have to be worried about, how long will that take? A month? No, they already done it. I know that for the fact because I got people in Iraq. They informed me all the new machines are already installed. So why is everything focused on those machines? Because those focus on those machines, they will only, and I'm going to repeat that again, they will only are capable on handling lower denoms. What about the 25,000? I believe they told me that they will also handle the 25,000 while the exchange it is in process. But eventually they need to collect all the higher notes. That means the 25,000 dinars that you have in your hand. They're going to collect all the higher notes because they still have a value. So when they get rid of all those 3 silver notes, it does not mean that your $25,000 will be 25,000 dinars will be 25 dinars. No, it doesn't mean that. Then I know you've been brainwashed by these gurus telling you, I'm sorry for you. I got nobody buying the dinars. And they showing these stupid boxes, that's another bullshit, just like the Dragon family bullshit, and the elders, and etc., etc., etc. This is the product of that brainwashing. This is the product why it came out of nothing, and I've been deploying, and I've been telling you the truth. This is the reason why they don't want me around. This is the reason why I'm being attacked all the time. Okay? So, let's continue. And I just gotta tell you something. I had a lot of intel to give today, but I sat down with this guy and he told me, okay, you know what, you can talk about this, you can talk about this. Don't talk about this because we're gonna get in trouble. Alright, so I'm only allowed to give you the information that I know. After this, I still have to wait a half an hour, drink some water, relax, and do my Spanish show. So it's not an easy task for me because I also have my business. I'm a very busy man. And quite frankly, it takes a lot of my time, my energy when I do these things. Okay? So, things are going well. And this is the thing that I can share with you. Alright? Watch for news concerning bank and banking scandals. Banking scandals. We just had one. Okay? When the CVI announced that Kurdistan stole trillions of dollars. That's one. There's more coming out. Okay? Watch how political figures go to prison. Watch how political figures go to prison. It's part of the cleanup. It is part of the reset. It is part of the GCR. It is part of the Nasara. And by the way, tomorrow I'm going to talk about Nasara. Many of you are still waiting for some stupid law and then obligate that the whole Congress and the whole people and everything's they're gonna all resign, leaving Donald Trump to be the last one. I'm sorry. That's not the way it's supposed to go. I will let you know tomorrow. Okay? How it's been implemented, everything when I'm done explaining to you, you will understand. It's gonna make all the logic in the world. Okay? Alright. So watch all these things happening concerning the RB. we're going to have openly announcements tomorrow that will lead us to believe that they are about to revalue. That's everything I gotta tell you. And I was even told, how am I supposed to say it? Okay? Because can you imagine if I literally tell you how it's gonna happen? Come on. It's gonna really, really get me in trouble. Okay? So just watch. We are very close. You shouldn't be confused. You shouldn't be chaotic. You shouldn't be mad. You shouldn't be angry at me. Don't be angry at me, my man. I'm just the messenger. That's it. I don't know why people take it so personal. All right. That's it, my friends. Before I leave, let me check my chat because I cannot check anything else. Well, thank you for all those messages in my server. Now let me go to my Facebook page. And my Facebook page says, oh, nothing, I guess. Yep, I got nothing. Okay, thank you so much. And I really appreciate your attention. I'm happy that I'm back. And wait for more instructions and more information. And I'm going to try my very best for you to be ready for when the rate change, okay? I'm going to give you scenarios how it's going to happen. All right? And you'll see that when it happens, unless you have not paying attention to me, you're not going to fall in chaos. All right? Thank you so much for your attention. God bless everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next edition of the Fake News Show. For now, good night.
Thank you for listening to the Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.